Okay, the next experiment that we are going to start is about the simple pendulum. Simple pendulum is basically an example for the simple harmonic motion. Simple pendulum is nothing but the way you are going to have the pendulum bob that is fixed with the length. In simple pendulum, it exhibits a simple harmonic motion where the acceleration of this pendulum is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position and it exhibits in the opposite direction. This is basically the principle that is behind the simple pendulum. Next we move on to the aim of this pendulum. From this aim we are going to study how the length varies with the square of the time period, and we are going to plot the graph L versus T square, and hence we are going to find the effective length of the seconds pendulum. And the apparatus that is required for this experiment is clamp stand, stop clock, bob, thread and a meter scale. Next we move on to the diagram part. As you can see, this is the stand and this is the rigid support where you are going to hang the thread, and this is the hook and this is the bob. The point of suspension till the base of the hook we are going to call it as a capital L, which gives the length of the complete thread, whereas the capital L denotes the length of the pendulum, that is from the point of suspension to the center of the gravity of the bob. Next we move on to the observation part. Here the observation that has been written is nothing but the radius of the pendulum bob, that is already the given data that will be expressed in terms of centimeter. Next we move on to the tabular column. Here we are going to perform the experiment for the 6 trials in order to minimize the error in the experiment. Then we have to note down the length of the thread that is given by the small l in centimeter. The length of the pendulum is given by the formula L is equal to small l plus r. Small l refers to the length of the thread and r is the radius of the pendulum bob, which is already given in the data. Then we have to note on the time taken for the 10 oscillation. Here we are going to perform it for 2 trials for the same length of the thread. As we move on to the second trial, here we are going to increase the length in terms of 5 centimeters. So the trial 1 reading what you are going to get and the trial 2 reading what you are going to take for the 10 oscillation, we are going to note down the readings over here and we are going to calculate the mean T for the, and we are going to note down over here, and finally the time period that is given by the formula T is equal to T by 10, that is expressed in terms of seconds, and finally T square, that is the period square, we have to note down the readings, we have to calculate in term and we have assigned it is in seconds square. This is the nature of the graph. We plot the L on the x-axis and T square on the y-axis. It is we are going to get the straight line. Since time period is equal to the 2 seconds in the seconds pendulum, that is the T square. 2 square will become 4. So we are going to draw a perpendicular line to the line we are going to obtain, and from that T is equal to 4. Again we are going to draw a perpendicular line where you are going to get the effective length of the pendulum. Now I will explain how to perform this experiment. This is the stand, this is the rigid support, and this is the thread, and this is the bob. I have already measured the length of this thread, that is about 78.7 centimeter. So I am going to explain this how to perform the experiment. This is the timer that we are going to use. I am going to release this bob from the initial position with a small amplitude. When I release, it come back to the reference point that is called as an 1 oscillation. While taking the 1 oscillation, I am going to make use of this timer. This is the stop and start button and this is the reset button. While starting the experiment, I am going to start this start button, and while after 10 oscillation, I am going to stop this timer. Here is the reset button. You can click on the reset button. So this helps us to take the time for the next trial. This is how we are going to use the timer. For starting the experiment, I will take this bob and I will suspend it, come back to its initial position. Then I am going to on the timer. Let's just perform the experiment. Now I am going to release the bob. Simultaneously I record on the time and I am going to record the time for 10 oscillation. one oscillation, second oscillation, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Now I'm going to stop the clock. It was for 10 oscillation, the time that is taken is about 16.38 seconds. Similarly, we are going to take the second trial for the same length. For the next trial, I am going to change the length of this thread, and similarly, I am going to take the two more trials for the same length. Like this, we are going to proceed the experiment for the 6 trials. Now we are going to tabulate the readings in the tabulate column. As we have know that the radius of the pendulum bob that is already, which is the given data, is 1.3 centimeter. Then the length while performing the experiment that what I considered was 7.87 centimeter, and length of the pendulum is given by the formula L plus small r plus small l, that was turned out to be 80 centimeter. And the time period for 10 oscillation for the trial 1 for the given length, that is 80 centimeter, was 16.4. For the second trial it was 16.5. Then for the length of the pendulum for 85 centimeter was, the time period for the first trial is 17.3, and for the second trial is 17.1. And for the third trial for 90 centimeter of length, the time period was 18 for the first trial and 18.1 for the second trial. Similarly, for the length 95 centimeter, the time period for the first trial is 19, and for the second trial is 19.3. Similarly, for 100 centimeter length, the time period for the trial 1 is 20, and for trial 2 is also 20. For the last, that is the 105 length, the time period for the trial 1 is 21, and for second trial it is 21.2. Now we are going to calculate the mean T. So for the first trial, mean T was 16.45. For the second trial it is 17.2. For the third trial it is 18.05. For the fourth trial it is 19.15. For the fifth trial it is 20. For the sixth trial it is 21.1. Then we have the formula, that is T is equal to T by 10. For the first trial it was turned out to be 1.645. For the second trial it is 1.72. For the third trial it is 1.805. For the fourth trial it is 1.915. For the fifth trial it is 2. For the sixth trial it is 2.11. Similarly, you are going to calculate the T square. That was, for the first trial it is 2.71. For the second trial it is 2.96. For the third trial it is 3.26. For the fourth trial it is 3.67. For the fifth trial it is 4. For the sixth trial it is 4.45. Now we are going to plot the graph for T versus L. L is considered on the x-axis, where T square is on the y-axis. We have already plotted the graph for the readings that we obtained while performing the experiment. So it is a straight line, as you can see. This is the effective length of the seconds pendulum. This is the effective length what we have obtained from the seconds pendulum. Then we move on to the result session. The graph that is plot for the L versus T square is a straight line. The effective length of the second pendulum from the L versus T square graph is 100 centimeter, and we are going to write it on dimension, that is 100 into 10 raised power minus 2 meters. This is the result of your experiment.